Well, that was a nice way to cut me off there, wasn't it? Okay, so what you're going to want to do, and I'm going to go floor plan. I'm going to go the first floor plan. And as you can see, this wall back here with the windows is not showing up. So what I want to do is select, and I'm going to select it, and I'm going to go select all instances in entire project. And then I want to come over here into my properties and go down here and check structural. Okay. Now we're going to need to do that with all of the exterior walls, and then we'll see how it's going. Some of the yeah, we might as well do all of the interior walls also. So I'm sorry about that. You just have to kind of take a look at your plan and see what is not showing up. So let's go second floor. And I know that, okay, that wall is, so as far as this section goes, those are showing up. Okay, because you can see here on the inside, we've got doors with no walls. Okay, so at least get your exterior walls in so that you'll be able to see them. And like I said, if you go and you select all instances in the entire project and then make the change. Okay, and I'm not going to go through and, select every single one of them right now while I'm doing the video, but we want to do that. Okay, what we're going to start working on our structure, and if let me go to this view here. If you look at the details for the foundations, and let me get to the right sheet. Sheet A7. Wall section at kitchen, wall section at master bath, wall section at great room. These show what I would call a subsill. It's on top of the concrete and the insulation, and the top of the floor slab pours in flush with the top of that sill. And then your regular sill plate for the wall goes on top of that. Okay, so the way we're going to deal with floors and walls is we're going to create our floors, and they're actually going to cut into the wall itself. So what I did with this one, and this is kind of a weird way to do it, but this is one way of dealing with walls and floors. Excuse me. Wherever you go to work, they may have a totally different way of dealing with it. Okay, and it may work better, might not work better. It just kind of depends on where you're working and what you're doing. Okay, and so let's see. I need to. Okay, so I see a change I need to make because I went back to face of core. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to close down some of these drawings because what I did is I created a floor and I called it a 2x subsill plate. And my structure is I created a new material, called it structure or subsill layer, made it 1.5 inches thick. Bidding. Okay, and I just made it white. Okay, and I gave it a transparency of 99%, which means it's like see-through. I put no patterns in it, because what we're going to do is in our details, in our drawing details, we'll actually put in a hatch pattern for it. Okay, so you want to create this new material type, and in here we'll make it 1.5 inches thick. Okay, and let's see, I want to edit my boundary, and I'll show you because I did it. I think I did it on the basement first floor. Let's look there and see. Okay, I had to go back and reteach myself how to do this thing. This is what I get for trying to do these things late at night to show you. Anyway, got it figured out. You're gonna like this. This is cool. Okay, so I'm on my top of basement footing. I'm gonna do a floor. My subsill plate, top basement footing level. Let's give it a 4-inch offset. Okay, and now I'm gonna go pick walls, and I'm gonna give it a 1/2 inch offset. Extend into wall to core, and I'm gonna pick these 3 walls, but I want to toggle the direction of the offset. Guess I should have done it when I first placed it. Oh, that one was right to start with. Okay. Well, that one didn't. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's get it lining up on the outside edge of the stud, inside edge of the sheathing. Okay, so I've got those done. Now I can pick lines or draw lines, whichever one you want to do. Well, okay, before I start that, you're going to have to do this in 2 operations. You're going to have to do these 3 walls in one operation, and in this wall in, well, you may not have to. You might be able to do it in just one operation. Yeah, I think you probably can. Just coming this way, you want to make a stop right here at this line. If you look at your south, or excuse me, your north elevation, you'll see where the footing steps up. That's that line right there. Over here, you may or may not have that dimension in your plan. I don't know. But if you look at your east elevation, you'll see the step in the footing. That's where you want to stop. And it's 12 feet in based on the concrete wall, which there's a little bitty line right there. Okay. So let's go ahead and go pick lines. All right. So I'll pick that one. And the edge of the floor slab, which will be the edge of the insulation, okay. And now I've got to do a little trimming on mine because I've already got this one down here in the left side. So if you do it all in one operation, you can just go all the way around. And let's come back to here and trim here. Okay. Now, I've got 3 different sections that I just dropped in here. They're temporary section views so that I can see all my walls at one time, what I'm going to deal with. Like I said, I've already got this one here built previously. Okay. If it asks you if you want to cut the wall geometry, you're going to tell it yes, and it may not cut it. It may cut it, it may not cut it. I don't know. I'm seeing it happening both ways. So I'm going to tell it yes, but it didn't cut anything. So let's go to this section. There's the floor I just put in, but it did not cut the geometry. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with a join. And let's see if we pick that first and then that. Yes, bingo. That's what we want right there. Okay. And so now I'll go to my other section. And I'm going to go back, join that to that. And I'll come over to this side and go that to that. Bingo. That's what I want right there. And I want it to come back to the edge of the sheathing out to the edge of the insulation or the floor slab that we created. That's what we want. So check all of your sections and make sure that that looks good. Whew, that's good. I like that. It finally worked. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Next one we'll get on to structural floors.